I don't know these hoes, but trust me, I know bitches. I don't know these hoes, but I know bitches.
There's a hole. The hoes that's here right now, I don't know.
I don't know the particular.
But bitches in general.
Well informed. Yeah, I know a hoe or two.
Man, Kevin Samuel has come across my desk a lot here over the last week, man.
He's been coming up for like last year at least. He popped in the pandemic.
But I'm saying like this last week, he's been coming on my desk a lot. Like people have been texting me about him. I've been seeing a lot of TikToks about him.
I think because they've been wanting to hear your opinion for so long. They're like, well, damn, man. You ain't gonna never talk about this nigga?
So Anon texted me, right? And he said that Kevin Samuel was a national treasure, right?
That's a bit much.
And I said, I disagree with you, you know? And then he basically broke down why he was a national treasure. And he was basically saying, you know, this perspective as far as men, women, the whole nine needs to be spoke upon, right? And
Real quick, don't mean to interrupt, but I just want to say my little piece. I don't think he's a national treasure.
Right.
But I do think that some of the things he says needs to be said.
Facts.
Not saying they need to be heard.
Right.
Not saying they need to be done, anything, but they need to be said. They need to exist.
See, what I told him is I said, I completely feel like how you feel. But I told him, I said, the reason that it's not a big deal to me is because I don't care about women enough to sit and listen to somebody who only talks about women.
Negatively, too.
Yeah, right? So I was like, so that is why he's not anything super duper special to me, but I definitely like what he does, and I think it's necessary, and I like how he ruffles people's feathers. I like all of it. I like what he does. It's just I don't take it in heavy consumption because he can't teach me or tell me anything about women that I don't already know.
That's a fact. And I don't like that his, I guess, delivery and how he goes about it makes it to where women don't hear shit that they should hear.
It's condescending in a lot of ways.
Yes, so they don't even get what they should
It's more so like he's more so trying to embarrass the woman opposed to teach her. Well, I would be more opposed to teaching her. And it's because if you're not doing it because the dynamic between men and women is totally fucked up, then you're just doing it for entertainment purposes. And again, it doesn't entertain me for that long.
It doesn't entertain me to watch you belittle women to get likes. That's why the Raw Hype is here to help. This is why every time I have this opportunity, I fight against that female bashing bullshit stigma that we get. We're here to help. Everything we say isn't a matter of help. Do we laugh and make fun and talk shit? Sure.
He does it in the way every man does it that does it. And we've learned over the years that women don't digest it that way.
No, because they only take it as abuse. And then as soon as they do that, they shut off. Like nothing he says now penetrates.
And I've told you, I've changed my stance on this. I used to blame women for taking words like his as abuse, but I no longer blame them because it's not a choice that they make. That's really just how they are. They literally take your delivery and they take it as an attack opposed to a situation where they can learn from because of how it makes them feel.
Yep.
Right? And I understand that, and I understand that it's not a character flaw. It's really just how you're made,
it's
right?
It's a design flaw.
Bad woman for being like that, I can say, I understand that you're not going to receive this because of how it makes you feel, so I can talk to you in a different way if I want you to receive it.
That's the key.
Exactly. If I want you to receive it.
And that's what I'm saying with him. His delivery is more so, I'm just going to make fun of you.
It's for men.
In hopes. Exactly.
It's for men.
Yes. And this is why I have a problem with the women. It is because they're doing what he wants them to do.
Exactly.
Which is be father for him to make fun of, to make the men happy.
Yep. Come on here and say and do the ridiculous things that women say
Yes.
and do. And that's what they do. And it needs to be a woman that calls him or talks to him and they don't go on no emotional shit. Because I told Anon this. I said at the end of the day, I said, I know it sounds crazy and I know it sounds right. I said, but the women on there talking to him are actually the ones that are right. And I said, and the reason that they're the ones that are right is because whatever he says is wrong with them, there's a man out there that will put up with it and give them all the things that they think that they deserve that they don't deserve. But due to the fact that it's a real life person that will give them all of those things, they're right for thinking that they should have them.
No, I think his thing is who they think they'll get it from.
But still, they'll get it from who they want to get it from eventually, bro.
No.
I'm telling you they will.
Well, they can.
Because if that wasn't the case, then they would stop being this way.
I assume no.
I'm telling you it
But
would.
here's what I say. I assume, this is just me assuming, because I do not partake in the mentality of the people that do those types of things. But it's on the level of like, I ain't had this happen in a long time. I forgot what I was about to say.
I want to ask you a question,
Lord
but I
just
don't know if
struck it
it's
from my lips.
I don't know if it's over the line.
Well, after this episode we just
All
had,
right,
come on.
This is my question then. Mm-hmm. Do you think that your woman deserves you?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because she in her own right is a wonderful person. Mm-hmm. So she deserves whatever her idea of wonderful is.
Okay. No, because
you
answered that beautifully, by the way. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. You put this in a way to where if your woman listens to it, you just called her a wonderful person and say, yeah, she do deserve me. So now she can digest the no in a way to actually learn from it. This is exactly what I was just talking about. Yes.
This is the difference between Kevin Samuels and the Raw Hype.
Because you could have just been like no and just gave your reason for no.
For entertainment purposes. I could have made fun of my lady whom I claim I love for entertainment purposes.
Not even for entertainment purposes, just from egotistical purposes, where you automatically think, no, she doesn't, because I do this and this. That's just being a human. It takes a deep thinker to think yes and no. Like, well, yes, she has these flaws, but she's also wonderful in this way.
And I gave you the pause to show that I gave it the thought. It's like, I don't want to say either one just to say it. Right. Let me make sure what I want to say. But the no ultimately is, it's not even truly her fault. Because what a woman doesn't understand, for a man that actually gives a shit about you and does things to show that he gives a shit about you, he's doing things that you'll never know he done. So you could never even give him the credit for it.
Facts.
So, and in certain situations, they tend to pile up.
Yeah.
Especially when dealing with a woman. I might have to do 3 different things that I didn't want to do today to help us through the day, or help you through the day, or help you not stumble. Or
women really do not give men credit for doing so many things that they don't want to do.
They give them the dumb credit. Oh, he cooked today, girl. Oh, don't your pussy get wet when a man washes the dishes? No. How about you leave him the fuck alone? Yeah. And don't ask that question that you know. The other day, the tenants of the house didn't put out the garbage, right? The recycled. But it's garbage in there. You know how I roll. Right? I don't know if I should have said, I don't know how that works. But, so I said, hey, I was in the bed and then I heard the truck. So I yelled out, is the, is the recycle bin out? No, there's nothing in it. I said, that sounds like bullshit. There's nothing in it. All right, I didn't get out of bed, went back to sleep. I wake up. And I go out to go to work, and of course, the lid is fucking open. So it's not even on some, well, if you open it, no, it's so much shit in there that you can't even close the lid. Right. So I, of course, upset because, again, they don't got to deal with these fucking homeowners association and shit when you got to wait a whole nother week and shit for your trash being there. Then, of course, we're going to add more shit to it. Right. So I go back in the house. I said, why you didn't take the garbage, the recycle bin out to the ground? No one didn't remind me. I then turned to the mama. Why did you tell me there was nothing in it? I thought there was nothing in it. I said it was bullshit, and then you said nothing's in it.
This is the woman stuff that I be talking about right
This is the no. This is the part of the no that I'm deciding that she doesn't deserve me. This is the part here. Yeah. Because of something like that. Yeah. You're unnecessary saying something to change how I feel about it. Ultimately, you didn't want me yelling like I'm yelling right now about this situation. I'm only yelling about the situation because you lied. If you said, I don't know, I would have then gotten up and made sure, then it would become my situation. But by you saying no, and then I double down and say, no, that's bullshit. You say, no, there's nothing there. I then leave it alone. For it to now be more than something in there, it's like, why did you say that to me? And I'm assuming, again, this is me assuming, you said that because he didn't put it out and you didn't want me to say nothing to him about it because maybe he made a mistake. But you lied. Like you was lying as your form of resolution.
You know your woman and her reasoning behind that kind of stuff, and that's the shit I be talking about. It's like you have to know your woman to know why she went here, 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 and here, and then what you're gonna do about it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. I don't know. I'll say this. I'm going to rap for Kevin Samuel here, right? The reason that I don't love what he does is because it doesn't help the dynamic between men and women in any way, in my personal opinion.
That's what I was going to jump in, because you said that a little bit earlier, and I wanted to reiterate that. Men and women need to fix their relationship with each other, and somebody like Kevin Samuels going about it the way he going about it is only making the conversation and the relationship worse.
Yes, because it's essentially what people had a problem with us in early Raw Hype.
That's what I said. That's why I fight against it every time I get the chance, because he is literally using teachable moments and helpable moments to make fun to other men. Yeah. And then the women look at that and say, he just want a male women bash. And then they turn it into, well, black men hate black women. And then a bunch of other motherfuckers got to wear the hat.
This is also where things get lost, though. Just because we're saying that he should deliver it in a different way doesn't mean that we don't understand that he's right.
That's what the sentence I started off with is, what he says needs to exist.
Yeah, he's right.
He's right. He's not wrong.
No, he's right.
But my point is, I'm assuming his intentions and reasonings for doing it is wrong.
Yes.
And then that makes them believe what he's saying is
wrong.
Whereas
because of how it makes them feel. Because y'all know my saying is that women don't really care about anything except for how they feel. And that's just, I'm sorry, that honestly helped me treat women better to understand that. And some women are offended when I say that, but women really do not give a fuck about anything except for how they feel.
And if you deal with enough, you'll realize it's really not their fault.
It's not. It's not. It took me to understand that before I could really just accept being around women and not just being so upset and so annoyed and so like, this bitch don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how I would feel. I'm like, anyone that would do this to me don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Just even like
when you realize they can't give a fuck about another person, then you go, okay. So now when I do something or don't do something, I can wear it and deal with it in a different level, a different capacity, because I'm not expecting this person to consider me.
Yes, that's what it is. It doesn't even cross their mind that they should meet you halfway on this. No. And it's not because they're pieces of shit. It's really just their DNA is on some and again.
DNA and training.
I know it sounds like this is a bash, but it's not. It's one of those things that if you comprehend that how your woman feel is the most important thing to her, then you will focus on that if you care about her, and you will consider that with everything that she got going on. Like, there's even a lot of shit I always say that with my shorty, I don't say nothing. Like, me and my girl went to Miami. She wanted to go to Miami. She loved the beach and all that kind of shit. I don't fuck with the beach. I don't fuck with the water. I don't fuck with none of that shit. But you know I'm gonna slide. If you want to slide, I'm gonna slide. So we went to Miami. She on a motherfucking boat. It's just me, her, and the dude, captain on the boat. She living big. She doing it big. We smoking. We drinking. We kicking it. We running up on mansions. We seen the Bad Boys, the house that was in Bad Boys, and all that kind of shit. And she just having a good old time, and I'm having a nice time. You know what I'm saying? It's Miami. I'm on a boat. I'm cooling. I'm chilling.
On a boat.
You know, so I'm having a nice time. Yes. You feel me? And then like the day after we got back, the very next day, she was just like, yo, I want to go somewhere. I was like, well, shit, where you want to go? She was like, I don't know. I was like, well, shit, I'm finna go pick up my food. She like, all right, let me go with you. So I said, all right. So then we went and picked up my food. So I was like, well, shit, you want to go take the cars to get washed? She was like, yeah. So then we take the cars to get washed. And then I was like, you still don't know what you want to do? She was like, I don't know. So I'm like, all right, so let's go pick up my prescription. We go pick up a prescription. We just riding a little bullshit errands just because, like, you want to go somewhere. So we'll keep going little places until you find out where the fuck you want to go, and then we'll go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? She don't have no idea where the fuck she want to go. She knows she want to go somewhere, and she want to go with me. So really what she want me to do is come up with a place for us to go, even though I don't want to go nowhere, right? But old me...
And be happy about it.
Right. Old me would take that and think, I just went to Miami and did whatever the fuck you wanted for these past 3 or 4 days. We did whatever the fuck you wanted. And when we come home and you're like, hey, nigga, let's do stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like...
You're not even considering... I wonder if he would like to relax or if he has something he needs to do. Nah.
Or he did everything that I wanted to do and we did nothing that he wanted to do.
No, you wanted to do those things.
Exactly. It's like that never crosses your mind. And it's not like I'm saying that as a bash. I'm saying that I literally understand that it never crosses your mind. So there's no reason to be upset about it.
And like you said, if you say something about it, that is what causes a problem. Because if you then say, well, we just went and spent the whole time down there and did all the stuff you wanted to do. Well, you didn't want to do it? Exactly. No, I did it because you wanted to do it. Oh, well, you don't need to do anything that I do that you don't want to do to please me. It's like, wait, holy shit. It's so easy for that to happen.
Oh, yes. And again, if you do that, you're not wrong, but it doesn't get the results that you want. You can literally give it a few days and then bring it up in a way that's digestible. You know what I'm saying? I promise that you can. Like you could give it a few days and be like, well, the next time that we do so-and-so, if you don't mind, just give me that next day.
In your humble opinion, though.
Just give me that next day to just chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, we went to Miami, we had a dope-ass time. The next day, you was telling me you wanted to go somewhere. I ain't really feel like going nowhere, and I ain't really want the pressure for it. So the next time we go somewhere, all I say is just that next day, just let your boy just chill for a day. If you say it like that, your girl will be like, oh, okay. But if you say it like, bitch, we just...
Hey, linebacker-looking bitch. We just went to the South Beach.
And it's because if you say it the second way, the first way sounds like an accusation, and accusations take accountability, and women do not like how accountability makes them feel. They don't. They don't.
Thank you.
And it's another reason why I don't even complain about women not taking accountability anymore. And it's because I know you're never going to do it because you don't like the way that it makes you feel.
Listen, like we always say on the Raw Hype.
These are
none of, but again, I feel like hopefully we got the runway for this to be listenable now because we already entered and showed the respect. We showed that we're not here to bash. Go ahead.
We said on the Scottie Pippen shit, men as the leaders, once you realize this is the way that she is, it's up to you to maneuver it to make y'all shit work. That's all. Go.
But that's the same shit. It's literally what they say. Stupid terms like happy wife, happy life. Right? They're right. But the phrasing and how they maneuver it is what makes certain men push back at it. It's happy wife, happy life, yes. But you can figure out how to get to that happiness road for her. You don't have to let her demand how it happens. But if you push back at it, then you'll have problems. If you just maneuver, it's like, all right, what you want? You want to go to Miami? All right, cool, no problem. Don't you ever worry about it.
Right.
And you figure out the Miami trip, you get it popping, you get it in order. No matter what you plan or do, she's going to love it and enjoy it because you planned it and you did it. You probably just saved $5,000 by you doing it as opposed to letting her do it. So it's literally like, how do you want to get to this road, yo?
Straight up.
And talking shit and talking back and trying to defend yourself is not how you do it. You have to do it smarter than that. You can still defend yourself and have your man and run the shit, but you got to figure out how to do it.
Getting what you want is more important than being right. And if what you want is for her to be happy, if what you want is for her to not fucking bother you, if what you want is for y'all not to argue, it's up to you to make that shit happen. It's up to the man to make it happen.
And that's why you can't look at how another man does it for him and then think you could put that on you.
No.
So this is why a nigga like a Kevin Samuels and people like him is like, don't make it seem like this is the only way to get through to women about something like this. It's like,
because it's like, all right, if some woman's saying I deserve this, this, and this, and then your next question is, well, how much do you weigh? Like he knows that's exactly. But again, right? Me and you have said this before.
Me?
The fact that it's offensive to ask a woman what she weighs or her age is ridiculous, right? I get that that's ridiculous, but my whole point is, he knows that what the stigma that comes with that with women. You know what I'm saying? So he do it in a way to, I'm here to humiliate you.
With your permission, of course. How much you weigh?
Because you say, I want a man that makes six figures. I want to date a man that'll make at least $200,000 a year. And to niggas, when you say that, and then he said, well, how tall are you and how much you weigh? She said, well, I'm 5'2", 225. He already like, well, you disqualify from that. And to men, he's right. I'm sorry, if you don't have nothing to bring to the table.
But to reality, he isn't.
Exactly. He's not. So my whole point is, I'm not saying that you're not right. I'm just saying there's a different way to deliver the shit. And the reason that you should deliver it different is because that's the only way that it's going to be accepted. And if making things better, you got to talk in a way that people are going to be accepted.
Your delivery determines what you want.
Yeah.
How you say something, how you deliver it determines what you want.
If you really want it or not.
Exactly.
I say that all the time.
All the time.
I say that all the time.
The other night, the same day of the trash incident, so I get home. This is what I meant to say, that that women say that they shouldn't say. They was at the pool chilling. They asked me if I wanted to go to the pool. I said, no, it's hot as a shit. I'm trying to chill in the house. Right? They're like, all right, because we was about to leave, but if you're coming, we'll stay. I was like, nah, I'm not coming. They're like, all right. Like 3 hours, 2 hours later, I've been home chilling. I texted them. I was like, hey, y'all good? She's like, yeah, we here chilling at the pool. The kids say they didn't want to come home to your yelling. Right? So I'm here like, wait, what? I was like, oh, okay. So I replied to her. I said, but that's perfectly fine. I hope y'all enjoy yourself there at the pool and you know, do y'all thing. I was like, but when y'all come home, just make sure your kids don't talk to me.
Right.
Right?
Right.
She's like, all right, okay. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? So she get home and she ain't talked to me. I was like, you beefing with me? She's like, well, you said not to talk to you. I said, no, that's not what I said. You said, well, when you get home. She's like, no, let me go look at the thing because I don't want to misquote you.
Oh, I get that.
But she's using what I say against me in that manner. Yes. So it's like,
it's very disrespectful. It's very disrespectful.
Right, but I was like, I didn't think. She come back, she reads the message. This is why I don't like women. I'm sorry, Kevin Samuels. I try. But this is why I don't like women, man. She purposely misread the text as if I can't reread it out loud.
That's also very disrespectful.
It's like
and it goes back to what we riped on last week. I know that I didn't say that, and I can go back and look at it.
We both can look and see I didn't say that. So why would you say that just to fit it
Sometimes
in what you're
I
saying
do be
right
thinking
now?
that they think we dumb. So
that
it makes
me even more upset.
Yes, because it even makes me say, all right, you lie about ridiculous things, but it also lets me know that I clearly don't catch you on all of these lies. So it makes me say, like, wow, like, do you just be lying? Like, dude,
I take it as,
like, for real.
You think that I'm going to believe this bullshit. You put the lie so low that you can't think anything of me if you think, oh, this is going to fly right by him. I have said the same shit.
The same shit. Like, even when on some, like, I caught you doing this, and I be literally on some shit, like, you really think that you can catch me doing that and that way? Like, no. Okay?
It's insulting.
You came up with this. But
no, that's right. So then when I get home, and of course my daughter now, she's running up on me wanting to talk to me, and I was like, hey, honey, I'm being short with her.
Right.
Because I asked her, I said, Adrian said that too? She's like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Because now I know, it's like, all right, I feel the energy. Y'all do y'all thing, just leave me be. Because I'm already tired, I'm already chilling, I'm already want to watch my shit. It makes no sense for people who don't really want to fuck with me right now to fuck with me because they feel they need to fuck with me because they come back home. Mm-hmm. No, let's keep it the same. It don't have to be negative. It don't have to be mean. I'm not mad at anyone. Right. I just want to prolong this feeling of not being bothered with you. And she was like, well, you ain't got to act like that. And I go, well, you didn't have to say that. They could have said, nah, we don't want to go home, that bum-ass, fucking loud-ass nigga talking shit about some fucking trash. And kept him there and did your thing. But you said it to me, I feel, because you wanted me to feel how you thought I was going to feel when my kid said, nah, nigga, I ain't trying to go home that nigga. I want to swim in the pool. But she wanted the pool. The other nigga knew I yelled at him, so he didn't want to yell at him. But my daughter, she just wants the pool. Right. So her decision being wrapped up in his decision and you present him as the same decision.
I feel that.
Unnecessary.
I feel that.
All right, sorry. Kevin Samuels won... Raw Hype
you un-Kevin.
I had to get in there at one point. Yeah.
But it's.
But again, that's a perfect example. And later on the reason I said all of that is because shortly after, of course, she's not upset with me anymore or feeling however she's feeling. I never was. So then she's, you're still in the living room. You're just on your phone watching your stuff, huh? And I said, hey. You don't have to tell me you want to spend time with me negatively. You try to say it in a negative way for me to then turn around and go, well, no, it's not like that. You know that ain't me. So why are you still trying to catch this fish with that old tide bait? But I said, you can simply say, honey, can you come cuddle with me or can you love me? I say, you can show me affection, which then will make me show you affection. But you're trying to show me negative affection in hopes that I give you positive affection. Like, it makes no sense. It's Kevin 2.
Raw Hype 2.
Raw Hype 2.
But this be my point, though, right?
Take us home.
With shit like that, right? I hate to even have to say this, man, because it's annoying to me, but I get the recipe, right? It's literally pretty much just like how you just said, right? You have to take a negative jab at you and you have to turn it into a positive, right? And like I said, it's your responsibility to do that. You feel what I'm saying? And the fact that it's your responsibility, it is unfair. And it sucks that it's your responsibility, but it's the reality. The reality is this is where we are. Like I said, this is what I think about women, and I'm sorry, it's a fact. I feel like they don't care about anything except for how they feel, and that's just a natural thing. I feel like it's a fact, right? So if I know that as a fact, I have to play into it as a fact, right? Okay. Just like you said, you have to say, man, you know that ain't me. You don't have to come at me in a negative way. You know, if you want me to do, you know, I want to.
I didn't say it like that.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. That's how you have to be. It literally has to be like that. Like, you know, I want to hug her with my boo. All you got to do is say the words. It literally has to be like that. You have to turn it into a super positive or it's a beef.
Yep.
And that's unfair. Am I not lying?
Completely.
It's just what it takes. Do you get it though? What I'm saying?
No, listen, 1,000%.
And this is how it's unfair and how it's what it takes.
Yes.
It's
and
why
how it
we're
won't
2-2
ever
with
change.
Kevin. That's why we're 2-2 because that's how it is. No bullshit. It's why that's what it is.
It's why what
You
we're
have
saying
to-
here, literally, the only difference in what he's saying is the delivery.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
I agree with what he's
And you
saying.
have to say it how I said it to get what you want. But she deserves the Kevin Samuel of what kind of bullshit is this to bring to me? Like, how about you went up to me and you said, hey, you know I want to cuddle up with you. But put that phone down. You know I want to cuddle up with you. It's like I'm gonna be like, no, bitch, get off me. Am I gonna do that? No. But if you come to me as an asshole, it's very likely that I'll come back to you as an asshole.
Back.
But my whole point is her at that moment don't feel something that she want to feel, and she's not going to handle it properly. So when she doesn't handle it properly, you have to handle it properly for the both of you.
Yeah.
And again, that is unfair, but it's the only way to defeat the beast that is woman. Raw Hype 3.
Raw Hype 3.
Kevin 2. But that's really what it is, bruh. It's like you have to view this in a way of I have to avoid avoidable problems.
Ooh, bring it back
to
home.
that.
Bring
I
it
have
back
to avoid
home.
avoidable problems.
And
You feel
sadly,
me, right?
1,000%.
And I
man.
learned a lot of that
1,000.
from you.
Thank
I just
you.
learned it from a different perspective to go that extra mile because I understand why I'm going that extra mile, and it's because you're incapable of giving a fuck.
No, what I was saying is, what also makes it difficult and reoccurring is that for some odd reason, women value if you care and love them based on how you deal with them when they're being ridiculous to you.
Extremely unfair.
Extremely unfair. So the times that I do go above never gets credited. The times when I don't always gets remembered.
Yes.
So if I say, get the fuck out of my face,
No.
you remember that.
Yep.
When I take your bullshit and double it over into a positive for us, you'll remember that shit.
No.
Because to you, that's how you say you love me.
Oh, yes. There's no reward. The reward is that you fixed that, you avoided that avoidable problem in the moment. If 2 hours later she do the same thing, you have to do this.
You have to do it again.
Yes. Yes. That's the honest to God
I'm not
truth.
giving you a point, Gil.
It's the honest to God truth. And like I said, it's unfair, but it's either like you gonna make your sanction peaceful or you not. It's not, it's
up
it's
to
really
you.
about peace. You know what I'm saying?
really
For me,
about
that's all I
peace.
want. So when I'm
Protect
dealing
your
with
happiness.
a woman, I'm dealing with one of my homeboys, I'm dealing with my daughter, I'm dealing with whoever. I wanna what's it called I want to interact with them in a way that is involved around peace. Like when we get together, nigga, we chill, we smoke, we do the raw hype, we talk, and then we go on about our business. It's a very peaceful and cool thing. You feel what I'm saying?
They could put the voice on too. It's
very cool,
peaceful, very
you know what I'm
serene.
saying? But you know, that's just what I mean. But yeah, bro, if you don't do the peace, she not gonna do it.
And this goes back, and you can put this next to why we say a relationship won't work if the man ain't in charge.
Facts.
Because she would never steer it in that manner.
Nope.
So you have to be in control of the ship for you to steer it there, or you niggas gonna crash.
Shit, me and my shorty got into it one day, probably like about a week or two ago, right? I woke up the next day. I went off in my Hype's place. I went in the game room. I hopped on the Xbox. I was playing Xbox. I ain't say shit. And no bullshit, nigga. I swear to God, bro. That night we had got into it, and I was laying in bed, and something kept telling me over and over, you need to get up and go make it right. Right? So you need to get up and go make it right. You need to get up and go make it right.
There's this simp ass nigga. This
So I'm sitting there,
non-Kevin Samuels
right? I'm
ass
sitting
nigga on
there,
your left.
And for about 45 minutes to an hour, but I'm tired as fuck. And every time I get ready to go to sleep, I say, nigga, you can't go to sleep because you need to get up and go make it right. And then I sat there for a while. And I said, man, I'm going to fuck to sleep. I said, man, I'm going to fuck to sleep. So I went to fuck to sleep. I woke up the next day and I went over to Hype's place and I was just playing the Xbox. I ain't say nothing to her, and then I was just playing the game and shit. So she just came in there and she just started talking to me like we was cool or whatever. So then we were just cool or whatever. And then later in the day, I talked to her or whatever, and I was like, I was wrong for this. And then I went on about my business, said this, and that, right? But then I told her, I was like, yo, I'm proud of you for real, not always making me have to be the motherfucker that come and make some shit right, no matter who wrong or who right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because it's such a rarity that I will have to give you some credit if you be like, man, I'm gonna be the one that make the shit straight. You know what I'm saying? Because women don't do that.
And that's what I'm about to say. Sadly,
that
you have to give them credit for something that they would never give to you in return.
Oh, for sure. For sure. No, not that's a fact.
They'll never give you that credit. Because for some odd reason, that's your responsibility.
Yep.
Make me happy, nigga.
That's your responsibility.
I don't care if you didn't do it.
I don't care if you unhappy. You make me happy.
Make me happy. You love me, right?
It's the truth, bro. It's the truth. And I was telling Anon about Kevin Samuel and shit. I was like, man, the shit that he talking about is not fixable. Like the women and man dynamic is not fixable. And if you're doing it like that, it ain't gonna be fixed. I was like, so you either gonna be gay or you gonna learn how to maneuver with these women.
Hold on. I don't. My logic said it's not fixable. My hope says we would try to fix it. There's been nothing done to try to fix it.
Like Tupac said, I may not change the world, but I'm going to spark the brain that changes the world. We may not fix the dynamic between men and women, but we're going to spark the brain that fixes the dynamic.
Or at least spark the conversation around this bitch.
Or at least spark a joint shit.
Something getting sparked around this motherfucker. But no, for real. Because, again, part of the issue between men and women is expectations. Men have an expectation level and women have their own. So you have conversations like this Dr. Dre's wife. You see in the conversation with Dr. Dre's wife? How Dr. Dre's supposed to have to pay his wife $300,000 a month temporarily.
Oh, yeah, I seen that.
And it's like, so now when you hit certain men or certain people hear that, they go, what? $300,000 for me to divorce a bitch? You gotta be quit. Fuck that. Women get it, you know?
Right.
And then you have the women who's like, oh, damn, if I talk down on it, I may never get my chance to get it. So they go, no, you don't know what she has to do. You don't know how she held the house down. So it's like,
look, that's a man bashing comment.
No, I'm giving you both sides. I'm telling you, this is what the men would say in that, and then this is what the women would say in that. But the realness is in the conversation. It's like, hey, y'all don't know their dynamic. Y'all don't understand it. There's certain dynamic, just like men. So now you have a situation when Kevin Federline won over Britney Spears, and all the men was like, yeah, you see?
Right.
There you go. So they have to celebrate shit that isn't even fair.
But
because
if we did more
so
time just minding our own goddamn business and worried about what's going on in our relationship, we'll be better off. Like you just said, you don't know. Dr. Dre ain't got a reputation for beating bitches up and shit. You don't know what that woman did went through and none of that shit.
You don't know how much right crosses she had to duck.
Bullshit. So it's like, I don't know what she went through. I don't know what they got going on. I don't give a fuck.
Thank you. But saying that also, that delivery, I don't give a fuck, says, okay,
oh my gosh.
So you have... So
I agree with that.
Yes, man. So the
this
conversation.
Show how we didn't grown, man.
But I feel like people don't want to see it.
Nah, because it really do boil down to us being on some shit of saying like, it's like how we be saying, if I get new information, I change my opinion.
Change how I feel.
So it's not even like we saying like the shit that we said before is wrong. We just said we should have said it differently.
Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, but I'm not even saying that we should have said it differently because at the time that is how we wanted to get the rocks out.
So let me add this extra. This is why I didn't want to give Kevin his point for earlier, but I kind of did. The reason I say that he's necessary is the reason that I said a couple of episodes ago, we should have gay coaches and shit.
Right.
We should have examples for every different facet so people can make a more educated decision.
Right.
So, perfect example. If you don't want to do the Kevin Samuels-y thing, he needs to exist so your woman knows that he exists. So it probably can make you shine a bit more.
Right.
Notice I don't talk to you like he be talking to them. It's so like, okay, you're not supposed to.
275. God damn it.
You're not supposed to, but I guess I see where you're going with this. So it's like, that's why the presentation is, yes, it's important, but also you need examples of all presentation. The reason you enjoy a sunny day is because you've seen rainy ones.
Facts.
If you've never seen a rainy day, then a sunny day is just another day.
On the cool, bro, how I told you, you got to, like when I was talking about my pops and shit, I was like, you got to take this shit in its totality. The shit we talking about right now is you got to take it in its totality. Like we said, we're not saying he wrong at all. We're saying he's right, but we're saying all of this, and you have to literally hear everything that we just gave you to understand our complete stand.
This is one of the things I don't like about the Raw Hype. We're not clippable, really, man.
Nah,
because we speak in so much, like we take something, make you think it's done, but then we have other conversations, wrap that back into it so it doubles down on that initial point.
I'm telling
we
you,
keep
man, we
on
rippity-rapping
back.
Remember we had a segment that I was going to do. I forgot what it was called, bro. I feel like we did it one time. I had a segment, Hype's Rants or something.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna start having something prepared for those, bro.
Oh, come on, Waven. This would be one of those perfect examples right here. Because we agree. Now, we at sometimes may agree with what Mr. Samuels is saying, but maybe not so how well he articulates it.
I agree.
Because again, in rapping, the only reason being is because the second you start saying, "Oh, well, you fat bitch, you don't deserve no baller," nothing you say after that listens. Even if what you just said was right,
you don't deserve no baller.
Because what you're saying is, hey, you got a better shot if you didn't weigh 275 and you weighed 175 at getting this baller.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. But when you say, hey, fat bitch, you look like a linebacker, there's no way you're going to get tackled by a man in the NFL.
That fool was giving a logical explanation for how a chick was built like a running back. He was like, Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith were both 5'10", weighed 225. He was like, that nigga said she was built like a running back. He gave examples of running back. I was like, this nigga knows sports and everything. He's a guy's guy. Guy. He really is. He's a guy's guy.
He is.
That's what I like about him. He's a guy's
that's
guy.
Why he's.
But that's why I wish he talked about like sports and shit like that. Like if he talked about other things besides just women all the time, I would be more entertained.
Yeah, because they all connect.
Yeah,
we do it here.
Yeah, they do all connect, man.
They all connect, and you prove your point better if you can prove your point in different arenas.
Yeah,
that's why we love it, bro. Hype. Yeah. We'll prove it in a relationship. We'll prove it in your life. We'll prove it with your family. Like you just proven today on this story is. It don't matter what your title is. You get dealt with how you deal with. Yes. So you dealt with me and everybody you've known terribly. I'm sorry, I can't give you good.
Nah.
You got to get what I would deem terrible in this situation.
No doubt.
And if and that's at least you knowing that, or I would assume you know that I won't be here. So now when you're not around, you know what I'm saying?
I would be there. Huh? My pops definitely always thought I would be wherever he the fuck he was.
Shit.
Because he think he raised us, bro. That's for real. I'm not even bullshitting. He think he did a good job. That nigga crazy.
And I ain't budging, I want something, I ain't leaving here without nothing, cause you called me over telling me I was gonna be nothing. Liar, pants on fire, just like your cooch. You be talking a lot of shit, and it's never the truth. You be running off at the lip, talking that shoot. Don't get shoot. Hoes, tipping hoes, stripping hoes, clicking hoes, licking hoes. Just be out here tipping toes like some old chicken. I don't know these hoes, but trust me, I know bitches. I don't know these hoes, but I know bitches.
There's a hole. The hoes that's here right now, I don't know.
I don't know them particularly.
But bitches in general.
Well informed. Yeah, I know a hoe or two, and a hoe will do what a hoe's supposed to do. And even if you tell her it's for free, she say promotional. And I'm just like, whatever is cool with you, it's cool with me. Long as you know you ain't getting no fee. After you get off of your knees from these NUTs, you know what it is, you know what it bees. You know that my head is handling bees. You know that these bitches, they ratting. And why you say ratting? Cause they just be wanting the cheese. Everybody know it's me, they know I'm a G. Hustling, bubbling these. They say, oh, rebel, you hot. And I say like hot, they like 500 degrees. Fuck. Fuck.
That rat and cheese line was hard.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at this second. I laughed, but hey, that was hard.
That was hard. That nigga said my NUTs. Nigga ain't said that in a rhyme in 1991.
So how has the Raw Hype been going?
Don't ask me. Hey, yo. Don't ask. Yo. Don't ask.
I don't know how you raw hype, but we raw hype responsibly.
Ooh.